What's good, Team Rissa and Quan? It's your girl, Rissa G.
And it's your boy Quan. It's together unstoppable
and unbreakable.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today, Rissa and I have a very interesting and crazy story to share with you guys. It's been a while since we sat down and gave you guys a story time. It's literally been years, but this story is definitely worth sharing with you guys, that we felt the need to give you guys a story time. So I'm pretty sure after we share this story time with y'all, a lot of y'all gonna say, we told you so.
Oh yeah, Team Rissa and Quan, you guys are definitely gonna be like, yeah, we knew it, we told y'all, you should have listened.
Yeah, we're prepared for that. So we're gonna get right into the story time. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Where do I start? Alright, as you guys know, our house is modern. Everything is pretty much white. The walls are white. We have white furniture and everything. And I feel like we've been doing a great job keeping everything nice and clean and maintaining everything and keeping everything white.
Yeah, we definitely have. We've had our house for like a year now. I feel like that's very impressive that we kept everything nice and clean, you know?
But now, our house is pretty much ruined. It's completely ruined. You can't have nothing nice when you have kids, like seriously.
Yo,
it's ruined.
Quan is so dramatic. Our house
I'm not being dramatic.
It's not ruined.
It's ruined.
We definitely gotta fix a few things now. But honestly, babe, it's low-key your fault. Like,
my fault.
The reason our house is ruined,
How is it my fault?
It comes down to your fault though.
Wow,
if you think
crazy.
about it.
No, it's not my fault. Alright, you know what? We're gonna get right into the story time so they can hear what happened.
Okay.
So pretty much a few weeks ago, we had an incident that we were so mad at the time that we didn't even pick up the camera and record the incident or share it with you guys. That's how mad we were.
Yeah, I knew that it was something that I wanted to get a little bit of footage of because one, I wanted to be able to bring this up to Shine when he's older and show him. And two, after looking back on it and you're not mad in the moment, looking back on it, it's like, dang.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's just something that kids do, like every kid does. Rewinding back to that day, right? So we had just got done recording a vlog, and Rissa got straight into editing the vlog. So the boys are chilling, right? Xavier's in the living room. He's in his activity center watching Miss Rachel. He's chilling, he's relaxing. And Sean is pretty much doing his own thing. So I'm like, you know what? Let me take some time out to do something that I want to do. So I'm like, let me sneak off into the garage and get a nice little workout in. Since everybody's chilling, the boys are good, and Rissa's working. Let me have some time to myself. So I sneak off into the garage. But before I go into the garage, I see Sean, he's pretty much playing on his own, and he's on the wall. We got him these little toy cars that he likes to play with.
He's going like this on the wall, Quan says. He sees him go like this.
He's going like this on the wall. So I'm thinking he's riding a car around on the wall. So I'm like, all right, he's playing with his toy car, whatever. I go into the garage, I start working out. Within 5-10 minutes, I hear Xavier screaming at the top of his lungs. So I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? I know Rissa's working, so let me go back inside and handle whatever's going on with Xavier. So I go back inside. Xavier's in his activity center. He's crying. He's tired of being in there. I take him out. Boom, I go over to Rissa, right? There's see what she's doing as far as editing.
How far along I was?
Yeah, how far along she was. And I noticed Shine by the dining room chair. And he just looks mad suspicious. He's looking at me at the corner of his eye, but he looks mad suspicious. Does Dad see what I'm doing?
Yeah, he's giving Quan the side eye. He's going like this.
Yeah.
So we both just look at him and we're like.
So he's doing the same hand gestures and movements that he was doing before I went to the garage, but he looks suspicious this time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, Sean, what are you doing? Why do you look so suspicious? Yeah. I'm like, babe, Sean looks suspicious because he didn't answer me after I said that to him. I'm like, yo, Sean looks suspicious. So I'm like, Sean, what are you doing? He takes his hand off the chair. This dude has a yellow crayon in his hand.
Yes, so I'm sure you guys could guess what Shine was doing that entire time. So this boy was probably doing that for 5 minutes, right? When we tell you that
5 minutes?
He colored all over everything white he could have possibly found in the house. He colored on the walls, he colored on the doors, he colored on the fridge, the stove. We have these automatic shades behind us. He colored on the shades. He colored on our accent chair in the living room.
God.
Luckily, somehow he didn't get it on the couch. And I know you guys were probably like, okay, Rissa, why weren't you paying attention to him? He was just chilling. And like you said, Quan checked on them before he went into the garage, told me he was going, and he was like, yeah, they're good, they're just playing. Yeah. So somehow Quan missed the fact that Shine had a crayon in his hand.
You're not gonna sit here and blame Daddy. Listen to this. I feel like he was doing this for longer than 5 minutes. I think about 10 minutes he was doodling, painting the house
He was
yellow,
doodling.
right? Dude was painting the whole entire house with his crayon. But the thing was, right, the day before, right, I will take some blame. The day before, we was in his room, and yeah, I know like Sean has his ball pit, but he likes to hide things in his ball pit. So mommy, not we, mommy had bought him some crayons and a coloring book one time. I decided to throw out all the crayons. I said to Rissa,
Yeah, because he broke them up and
I'm like,
it was
yo,
just a mess.
it's way too dangerous allowing him to have crayons. I threw away like all the crayons. Somehow this dude saved a piece of the crayon
When I
and
tell you,
had it in his ball pit.
it was the smallest piece of a crayon. It wasn't even a full crayon that he made this entire mess with. It was like the tip of the crayon, and that's literally all he needed. Like,
I don't know how he got that, but like the day before I seen him pick it up out of his ball pit. He's like, Daddy, look. And again, it's my fault because he showed it to me and I didn't take it from him that day.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, yo, it's a little piece of crayon. There's nothing he could really do with that. But boom, the next day,
He remembered that crayon
he
was in
had
his
that
ball
little piece
pit.
of crayon and he went crazy. He
went
was
to
drawing
town.
on everything. So boom, I immediately once I seen the crayon in his hand, I was like, yo, give me that crayon. I looked at the chair. The whole back of the chair was a disaster.
Scribble all over it.
Rissa got footage of the chair, so she's gonna insert footage of how the chair looked after
Yeah.
he was done.
So Quan looks at the chair. He's like, babe, he wrote all over the chair. Then Quan just starts walking around the dining room table. He
It was
wrote on
every
single chair. So
Every
Quan's
chair.
like, no, wait, hold on. Before I went into the garage, I saw him by the wall. So he went over by the wall by our half bathroom. The whole wall, the door colored on.
I
And we
instantly
just
started panicking. Yo, it was like I couldn't believe my eyes.
Quan
bro.
saw red that day. When they say that like you don't know mad until your kids get you mad, Quan was fed up. He was so furious.
I was furious. Bro.
And I'm actually the parent that has way more patience. Like, if we're gonna be honest, Quan's gotten way better now, but I've always had more patience. Even that day, I was like,
I don't even know
yo.
how in that moment you could just be chill and relax. I'm like,
are you kidding?
It was jaw dropping because I was thinking about every area that I seen him doing that on the wall.
And every area
Every
he was,
area
he
I
did
went
it.
to, it was like completely yellow. I'm like, oh my
I was just
God,
saying,
bro.
thank God it was a yellow crayon. So that's another reason why we didn't see it right away, obviously, because we have white walls. So like the yellow doesn't show as much as if it was like a red or a black or
Yeah,
something
but
like
you
that.
still could see it.
You could still see it,
But if
but
it
you
was
have
like
to look.
black or red or blue, it would have been.
It would have been.
It would have been a wrap for him here.
So yeah, Quan was furious that day. Immediately, he ended up grabbing paint because we have touch-up paint. Since we have white walls,
Yeah, so
Quan
I
has
had to go to the
touch up.
shed, get the touch-up paint. So I came back in here to paint the walls and stuff. And while I was painting the walls, Rissa was like trying to scrub the crayon off the back of the chair.
Yeah. Luckily, the material of our chairs is like easy to wipe, so the crayons were coming off. But you guys, the story literally gets worse.
Yeah.
So while all this is happening, like, I don't know, both of them just got cranky, right? So Savvy's being a little cranky, fussy. We're trying to clean up. We can't properly just focus on cleaning the house now.
Yeah.
Shine,
He's trying to help us clean.
He's trying to help us clean, and he
But I'm
knew
like, yo.
that he did something wrong and bad
Yeah.
because he could tell that Daddy was upset. We were both upset with him, and we told him like, you don't do that. We told you only, color on paper. And he's supposed to ask for crayons and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're trying to clean up.
Yeah, so he keeps trying to help. I'm like, yo, Sean, just get out the way, go sit down, go play with your toys or something. Just
Let
get
us
out the
clean
way.
up now.
Let mommy and daddy clean up. Like, we don't want you over here. You done ruined the furniture. You done ruined the walls. Don't make it any worse. Just please go do your own thing while we take care of this. He's adamant and persistent on helping us. So
Which I was like, okay.
yeah, I'm
he
getting
probably should
frustrated
help
on
us.
top of that because I'm already mad.
Yeah.
And like, bro, like you're too small. We're using paint. We're using cleaning products. We don't want you around that.
Yeah,
But
we didn't want him to touch the
move. He's
paint.
not listening while we're trying to clean. So I'm already like getting the paint like mixed up and I'm painting the walls. And Rissa is scrubbing the chair, but she has bleach, right? So she's spraying the chairs with bleach to get it out and scrubbing it.
That's the only thing that would take the crayon out. Surprisingly, like crayons are not as easy as you would think to get off of your furniture. So yeah, I ended up having to use like Clorox cleanup, the spray. So I'm sitting there and I'm scrubbing all the chairs. It's coming off and everything. So I get to like one of the last chairs and I have to go rinse out the sponge that I'm using. So I take the Clorox cleanup and I put it on top of our dining room table and I go to the sink. When I tell you in 2 seconds, Shine grabs the Clorox cleanup off of the table and we just hear psh. And then he just starts screaming. Ah.
Yo, I turn around. This dude's whole face is soaked.
He
sprays it in his eyes.
The bleach in his eye.
So we immediately run over. I run over to him. I pick him up. We start rinsing his eyes
Like
out with
flushing
water.
his eyes
Flushing his eyes out
for like 5 minutes.
He's
like
trying to
screaming.
fight with us. He don't want nobody rinsing his eyes out. He's screaming. His eyes is burning him. And then on top of that, he doesn't want us rinsing out his eyes with the water.
And then you guys know he had a
So-
sty in his eye. So like the sty wasn't even completely like healed. Remember, like the bottom part was still like a little reddish. So his eye was just like looking crazy. Obviously we had to flush it out. I had to call poison control. I called his pediatrician. All of them were recommending that we take him to the emergency room, of course.
Yeah, so we tried to flush his eyes out. We flushed his eyes with water for like
As long as he let
5,
us.
10 minutes. As long as he let us. And we had to fight with him the whole entire time. So his eyes were still bothering him afterwards. Like his
Yeah, he
eyes kept watering. He kept rubbing his eyes.
It was irritating.
So we were like, all right, we're not gonna take any chances. We ended up rushing him to the emergency room. So we had to drive all the way to the emergency room. And we sat in the emergency room for like 30 to 40 minutes, just waiting and waiting.
Yeah, they weren't very like fast or rushing.
They weren't as concerned as we were.
Yeah, they were just like, So basically, once we got to the back with the doctor, he was like, you wouldn't believe how many times this happens with parents. Like, the household bleach is strong, but it's not as strong as people think because it's mixed with other things. It's not like 100% bleach, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, nobody should be getting that in their eyes, their mouth, or anything like that. But yeah, it turned out that Shine was perfectly fine.
Yeah, by the time, I didn't mean to cut you off, but by the time we got to the emergency room, this dude was acting completely normal.
Yeah, he was
wasn't
fine.
touching his eyes. He was chilling, watching Blippi on the phone.
Yeah.
So we
That's
like,
also why
are
they
you
were probably like,
kidding me?
yeah, we're not gonna
Yeah,
like,
nobody
rush them
like
in.
they seen his mannerisms and they seen that he was perfectly fine, so they weren't as concerned as we were. But we still wanted to make sure that we knew for a fact that everything was okay.
Right.
So yeah, we finally got in. The doctor checked him, and pretty much everything was perfectly fine.
Yeah,
with
they
his
did
eyes.
like the little eye exam on him. They checked his eye with the little, the light, and they made sure that he could still see properly.
Didn't the doctor even say to you, like, did he actually even get bleach in his eye?
Yeah, the doctor actually thought that possibly he could have just sprayed the outside and didn't actually go in his eye because he said that his eye would have been way more irritated, way more teary
Yeah.
and red, and his eye really wasn't even that red. So I think.
Well, it was at first, but then.
But we also were flushing his eye out, so I think
Yeah.
us putting the water in his eye obviously made his eye irritated,
Yeah,
But
that day
yeah.
was
It
a
was
tragedy.
crazy, and I never even thought something like that would like happen. But the reason why we said like you guys are gonna be like, oh, we told you so, because when you guys first saw our house and you saw how much white was in our house, you guys were all like,
Y'all been warning
oh, y'all
us
are
for
brave
the longest.
with kids.
Y'all been warning us for the longest. Y'all been like telling us like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
it's not a good idea having a white couch or white furniture or white walls because the kids are gonna find a way to get to it.
And not even just them though. Our parents.
did.
Our parents were telling us like, oh, one day, watch, Shine or Savior is just gonna get a hold of a marker, a crayon, or something, because they've all had that experience with
Yeah.
us as kids,
And he definitely got us. Not much Savior. Savior just spits up all over the rug. He's a spitty baby, so
Yeah.
the rug has spit up stains and stuff, but Shine went crazy and drew all over the walls and furniture. And although I painted the wall, there's still areas where you can still see the yellow streaks of
Yeah.
crayon. in
We're
which
gonna
we
show
wanna
you.
y'all.
Let's show them really quickly.
Yeah, let's show them.
Okay guys, so this is one of the walls by our fridge in our half bathroom, and you can kind of see where Quan like touched up the paint.
Yeah, I hope the camera could pick it up so you can see where I touched up the paint, and then you also could see the yellow crayon doodling that Sean did on the wall.
Yeah.
I tried to cover it, but it's like a lot, so I didn't want to do too much where like the touch-up paint looked like overly noticeable. So
Right.
I tried to touch it up a little bit where it wasn't that noticeable, and it didn't really like cover the crayon as much.
Yeah.
And then you also can see some parts over here that Sean doodled on.
Yeah, you can see it a
Over
little
here.
bit. Yeah, so over there, and yeah, like we said, he did the stove, the fridge.
But over here, he doodled on the door. So I'm not sure if you guys could see. We're recording with the flash on my phone. But there's like yellow streaks going across the door that look kind of like curry stains. It's another area that I touched up with paint, but you can still see the yellow crayon.
Nah, this one looks really bad. Like, I don't know what's
That's why I
going
said
on.
our house is wrong. It's crazy.
You guys could still see some yellow crayon on our shades. Yeah. And then this one hurt me the most because I love this little accent chair in our living room.
We just got this.
We just got this. This is like our newest piece of furniture, and you can see the yellow all through the bottom right here. And also this material is like really hard to clean, so like I didn't really touch it. I was trying to look up what the best way would be to clean it, but I didn't want to make it worse. But yeah, you guys, so that pretty much wraps up our story time. We just really wanted to share this with you guys because although in the moment we were furious, we got over it, and it's something we want to share because we know that a lot of you guys could relate to us as parents. So
us parents all go through the same things. It's crazy. It's like inevitable. It's something that all kids do, and as much as you try to prevent it, it's bound to happen.
Facts. Yeah, so who knows what this adventure of parenthood is going to lead to. You just never know, right?
Yeah, we just gonna have to cover everything in plastic in here somehow. And we also gonna be watching it every move. We're not letting them get a hold of anything like that ever again. We know better now. So
never say never, but fingers crossed that never happens.
Let me not say never, cause. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed the story time. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys in the next video. Love y'all.
Love you guys.
Peace.